can see where it was laying there. It's like a murder scene. You think a cow would be able to get out of that, but it's hard to tell on camera. There's the slightest little dip down right there. So what happens is she gets, let's see if I can, she gets her laying here, she gets her back low. And if you don't find them in time, it's game over. It's always hard to be joyful in moments like this. And I was just explaining to the guys at Men's Group how the Lord works, and on our last video, or on the video, we were showing how the Lord works with this hay and how amazing that is. And I think if that wasn't the case, I'd be a little more down today. When I come and I find a cow here and what happened, and you always want to figure out what did I do wrong so that you don't have any more problem. This was a good cow, 11E. She was old enough that we had some history with her though. I had to wean the calf on her before, and a few years ago. But if you look at the situation, what happened is when the wind comes, a storm just came, and the wind comes, they like to go into these low creek bottoms. And it looks, they get so heavy into calf, it looks like she laid down and she got her back low. If you look at this, kind of how she's sitting and the way she's bloated. And so what happens is they bloat, their stomach expands, and they're so heavy in calf and full of feed. We finally got some good feed into them, that their stomach expands and it suffocates them. It puts pressure on their lungs and they can't get up. If I could find her, because this was a completely healthy cow, if I could find her, usually in time, you can, a lot of times you can roll her onto her feet just by, she needs a little bit of help. Such a shame. This is just such a shame. But you almost feel like you should do something with the meat. I recognized, I didn't even see it this morning right away, but the cows were acting funny. So I thought there was an aborted calf down there. The sad thing about this is we lose the cow and the calf. The calf will be dead. As soon as the cow's heart stops beating, that calf does not get any from her mom, and basically the calf suffocates too. It's the saddest thing. It's hard to stay up beat, but just how it goes. Hey, Ginger, you guys, they can all sense it. The animals can all sense it. So we go get the tractor and move it out of the road. It is just one of those days. I'm stranded here in the middle of the road. This back left tire on the tractor is locked up. Let's see how it's dragging. Get a hold of Renata, so I guess I'll walk home. I'm about a half mile from home. These kind of moments sure give you a lot of time to think about things. Last night, Renata had to drive me back out to the tractor, and I limped it home. I don't know what's going on. When it's cold, after some time, the back brake locks up on it. But now we had to come and leave that cow overnight. Come and grab it today. The different tractor. And yeah, you can clearly see what happened. Like, it's, well, you would think a cow, you can see where it was laying there. It's like a murder scene. You think a cow would be able to get out of that, but it's hard to tell on camera. There's the slightest little dip down right there. So what happens is she gets, let's see if I can, she gets her laying here, she gets her back low. And if you don't find them in time, it's game over. Cow is dead, just like the calf is dead. Can't bring her back, so we move on with it. Now, before anybody gets too offended about what I'm about to share, maybe turn the video off if you're not okay with predator control. This cow, we're gonna use her as a sacrifice. There's nothing that we can do anymore to try to save some baby calves. So we're gonna set up a bait in a place that we can be the most ethical for the coyotes. So we flipped her around because we want her belly facing towards the spot that we're going to be shooting from. What's going to happen is the belly's all soft tissue, the back's all hard tissue, and they want to get into those guts and those tenderloins and everything first. So we set the belly towards the side that we want to shoot from, so that the coyotes are on the right side of the cow. If we put it on the other side, they'll be on the other side, and they're going to be protected. You won't be able to shoot them and get an ethical shot on them. On this side, we get it so that they'll eat and that they'll be broadside, and we can make an ethical shot at 120 yards. So, with that said, a couple questions might be, why don't you just bury it? Well, in the middle of the winter, there's a couple things. If it was the summer, that could be the case because the ground is soft and we can dig a hole. But now with the frost in the ground, we'd have to rip a hole. It's just not even logical. Second, a lot of people think we're going to kill every coyote that eats on it, and that's far from true. A lot of coyotes are going to get fed off this cow, and if we leave it in the field, they're going to get fed, and if we take it to our bait pile, they're going to get fed as well. So they'll eat and they'll leave, and we can't, they're very nocturnal. They come in the dark, we can't shoot them. So the ones that do come and the ones that stick around during the day, they might be in trouble. And hopefully we can thin the coyotes out a little bit. But so we're kind of, in a way, helping the coyotes as well. As crazy as that, some people might be like, you're off your rocker, how are you helping the coyotes? We do this in the wintertime too because their fur is still good. We salvage the coyotes' fur. We're not wasting the coyotes, we're thinning them out, but we're using it. And generally in the past, what's happened is that fur has went right back to market, and people buy it for clothing. There's a coyote right there. I don't know if you'll be able to. For some of you that might think that I'm actually taking this too lightly, yesterday was my day kind of soaring. I had to go for a walk. That particular cow was the last of a gift that I received from my father. He gave me 3 cows. C42. We put a C in them. for Clark. The same way that I put a B and an M in Brody and Michaela's cows. C42, that was her calf. That was the last of it.